Wow, what a meaningful to burn our spirit to start this conference. Anyway, we are going to say hello to all delegates.
Hello to our delegates. We hope you will always be in good condition, stay safe, and good luck for this online conference.
Good luck to delegates.
It is an honor for us to be here tonight and lead this prestigious conference. The second best MUN is online attended by 648 delegates from 65 countries worldwide and connected to the 9 boards.
Before the beginning of the whole sessions of the opening ceremony, let us introduce ourselves as Master of Ceremony. My name is Zayriko Akhmar with my partner.
And I'm Safa, and here we would like to accompany you for the opening ceremony of the Asia-Africa International Model United Nations online conference. First of all, let's thank God who has given us His blessing so we can attend in tonight's program without having any trouble, even if we still face the pandemic situation. We should be more active to fight this with creativity.
Our Honorable Keynote Speaker and speakers for the Grand Symposium of Asia-Africa International Model United Nations Online Conference. Ms. Penny Dewi Herasati, Mr. Muhammad Siraj Prawito, Mr. Narya Suprapto, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Here are the layout of the activities for the opening ceremony of the Asia-Africa International Model United Nations Online Conference. First, opening speech by the Secretary General.
Welcoming speech by the Minister of Director for Social Cultural Affairs and International Organization of Developing Countries of the Republic of Indonesia.
We also have International Symposium by 2 great speakers by Consul General of Indonesia in Cape Town, South Africa, and from PMD, from Product Indonesia Global Government, Relations and Public Policy.
And then we have Introduction Councils and Board of Directors. And then we have
Ladies and gentlemen, as we are facing outbreaks across the world, and some natural disasters occur in some places around the world, please give them your prayers and send them your spirit and your faith that we can get through this together.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a moment of silence.
Thank you very much.
Before we begin the conference, we have a special performance to start this event. We have a special performance from Lombok, Indonesia. That is Bala Anjani Dance by Dede Anjani Dance Group.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Bala Anjani. Wow, what a wonderful dance from Lombok, Indonesia. Thank you so much for entertaining us tonight.
Thank you so much. Your honorable delegates, to begin the first agenda, as the Secretary General of Asia-Africa International Model United Nations, to deliver her speech to Ms. Anita, the stage is yours. Thank you very much, Ms. Anita Ramina, for your amazing welcoming speech for this conference.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we step to the next agenda. We are glad to inform you that the Minister of Director for Social Cultural Affairs and International Organization of Developing Countries of the Republic of Indonesia, Ms. Penny Dewi Herasati, is to deliver her opening speech for this conference.
Before she starts, we would like to read her curriculum vitae. She is a Director for Social Cultural Affairs and International Organization of Developing Countries of Indonesia. As a Director for which include sexual international organization, socio-cultural developing country, international organization, foreign community organization, and the social partnership.
There is many diversity. The stage is yours. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Miss Penny Dewi Harsati, for your welcoming speech for this conference.
What a great speech! What a great opening speech from our Director of Socio-Cultural Affairs in International Organization of Developing Countries of the Republic of Indonesia.
Well, Safa, the next agenda we have an international grand symposium. What do we have in this international grand symposium?
Okay, Zayriko, we will have two great speakers from Council General of Indonesia in Cape Town, South Africa, and Senior Director from P&D Home Product in Industry Indonesia, Global Government, Relation and Public Policy. Let me introduce you to the first speaker. We have Mr. Suprapto. Mr. Suprapto is the Senior Director for P&D for the Asian region in the Global Government Relations in Public Policy functions. He is also the lead on community impact and environmental sustainability for Indonesia. He started his career with the Asian Secretariat as a Senior Economic Officer. He also held the Executive Director post for the Asian Business Advisory Council. He also currently Chairman of the Indonesian Household Foods and Association Advisory Board for the Indonesian Cosmetic Associations.
For the next speaker, we have Mr. Muhammad Siraj Prawito. Mr. Siraj Prawito is the Senior Director for PNG for the Asian region in Global Government Relations in Public Policy functions. He also the lead on community impact and environmental sustainable for Indonesia. He started his career with the Asian Secretariat as a Senior Economic Officer. He also held the Executive Director post for the Asian Business Advisory Council. He also currently Chairman of the Indonesian Household Goods and Associations Advisory Board of the Indonesian Cosmetic Associations. Alright, we are also excited and so on fire to start this international grand symposium. Before we begin, we would like to inform the delegates. During this international grand symposium, you can ask the questions to speaker by using the chat box feature on your Zoom, and we will read your questions after all the speech has done.
Please write your question in the chat box with the name of the National Council and to whom your question is. Then we will select the best question to be answered.
Alright, to begin this grand explanation, we would like to invite the first speaker first. Mr. Naraya Suprapto, as the Senior Director of PNG Home Products Indonesia Global Government Relations and Public Policy. So Mr. Naraya, you may have the floor. Thank you, Mr. Naraya, for your welcoming speech. It's really incredible speech.
Yes, it does. So thanks for inspirational speech. We hope that we will get the knowledge well. So we will proceed to the second speaker.
Yes, the next speaker we have Mr. Muhammad Siraj Prawito, as the Consul General of Indonesia in the Cape Town City, South Africa. So Mr. Siraj Prawito, you may have the floor.
Thanks for your speech. We will buy inside and can be implemented in our daily activity as young generation.
Once again, thank you so much for your incredible presentation Mr. Suraj and Mr. Nayak. Now we have the question session and we have already choose 3 best questions. So, are you ready for this question, delegates? So, for the first question, tell us, Safa.
Okay, here we got our first questioners. The question is, I want to work for the UNN. What best advice can you give? Perhaps it will be answered by Mr. Siraj or Mr. Narayan. Thank you so much for answering the question, Mr. Narayan. So before we step to the next question, the question is going to be answered by Mr. Narayan. How do you build more confidence and how to use our knowledge and experience in contributing to the UN?
Alright, thank you so much, Mr. Narayan, for your answer. I think, delegates, you should know how you are to set what your goals that you have for your future and understanding about what is diversity or differences. The next question is going to Mr. Narayan again. What do you think of being open-minded? Thank you so much for your answer and now we move to the last question.
Okay, for our last question will be answered by Mr. Siraj. Do you think the current generation are moving away from culture and heritage due to the technological advancement?
Thank you so much for your closing statement. This is very amazing that we have a reminder that we should understand about our culture, our identity, and this is our responsibility to share it to the next generation. So, it's always be there, what is identity? And next, we have a classic statement again to Mr. Narayan. You may have the floor. Thank you so much for your classic statement.
Give a big applause for our speakers tonight, Mr. Siraj and Mr. Narayan.
Thank you so much for your insight and contribution tonight.
Okay, so next we step to the conclusion. We as millennial generations need to discover our potential in this pandemic and digital world. But we still need to have values and we need to balance between human interaction and technologies. Be proud of who you are, be proud of your identity, and don't forget your history.
Yes, be proud of who you are. Alright, Safa. We now move to the next agenda. There will be an introduction of Board of Secretary on Board of Directors of the Asia-Africa International Model United Nations Online Conference. And these sessions will be led by our Secretary General, Ms. Anggota Karamina.
To Ms. Anggota Karamina, you may have the floor. Thank you to Ms. Anggota Karamina for the introduction to the Board of Secretary and Board of Directors of Asia-Africa International Model United Nations.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the end of this opening ceremony of the Asia-Africa International Model United Nations Online Conference. On behalf of the Hertz and Committee, once again, we would like to give our deepest appreciation to you all for your support and participation.
Have a great day and good luck for the community session.
Good evening and see you on the closing ceremony.